You are getting ready to listen to the voice of Dr. Rhadi Ferguson, 2004 Olympian, four-time national judo champion, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, author, speaker, and coach.
I'm on live right now on Facebook. Oh, no. So she done got quiet. No, because I got the. You can talk if you want to.
Yeah, we ain't no, man. Okay. We ain't going there. You do your thing.
But I want to say this here. I'm sitting out eating the chicken sauce. The chicken sauce done got good to me. Excuse me. That hot sauce, that pepper sauce done jump on me. Now let me say this here. What's going on, Phil? Let me say this here. I just put my sour in there. So when I squeeze the sour in there, Rufus say, that's got seeds in it. That all them seeds going in there. And I told him, if you don't have no seeds, you can't bear no more fruit. And that's when my mom chimed in, and she was right. It's a trick of the enemy that y'all don't really see with these seedless grapes, seedless watermelon, seedless. They got y'all thinking that y'all can experience fruit without any seed. And people grow up in this microwave society, and we have a microwave community, all right, on a national and global scale, where people actually think they can circumvent the reap and sow process, where there doesn't have to be any seed in order to produce any fruit. And I've told y'all about this before, about what goes in on your ear gate and your eye gate and your mouth gate. And if you don't see the process of the seeding, and you don't see the whole germination process, it's not at the forefront of your mind that things like that take time. And what happens is you experience fruit without any work. Listen to me now. When we were growing up eating watermelon and pop, you grew up eating watermelon, you got to spit out the what?
Seed.
Ting! You know, you spit out, do you understand what I'm saying? You spit out seed. They grow up eating watermelon now. The watermelon don't have no seed.
Oh, I've never had those.
You never had what?
Seedless watermelon.
Yeah, but you don't have seedless grapes.
Have I?
You've had seedless grapes. You haven't had any seeded grapes.
Oh, yes.
One time?
Yes.
And you didn't like it, did you?
When I ate it, I heard like little crunchy sound.
Yes, you need to. Listen, if you don't experience the seed, you go through this process of thinking that you could experience fruit with no seed. That's what makes people sit on their television, watch the Olympic Games, and then get up off their sofa or their couch and say, I'm gonna train for the next Olympics. Are you crazy? I mean that's it's a good dream to have. Somebody said, well, didn't you do it? Yeah, I did exactly that. I watched the Olympics in 1996. Missed making the team in 2000 and then made it in 2004. I did. But I didn't make the team 4 years later. No, they don't see the difficulty in it. They want the fruit, man, with no seeds. Everybody understands that the process is difficult, but they don't understand that after they get the thing, there's difficulty in that too. Oh man, their whole life they can't wait till they get to the league, can't wait to get to the NFL, can't wait to get to the NFL, can't wait to get to the NFL, can't wait to get it. Now they get to the NFL and they find out that the NFL means what, Rufus?
Not for long.
The NFL means not for long. You won't be there for long. You won't play for long. The money ain't gonna be there for long. The people on the outside not gonna be there for long.
7 years old.
Okay, my mom want me to show y'all this. Point to it, Mom, because I can't point to it and hold it.
7 years old.
7 years old.
He identified himself as being on the USA team.
7 years old. That says 7 years old. What else? 7 years old. That's me. Oh, you know what? I'm glad I'm showing this because some people think I just used to get in the weight room and that's how I made the Olympic team get in the weight room. Like, you see that? That's me as a child doing judo.
7 years old.
At 7 years old, I started at the age of 6. Okay.
USA on it.
Here, take that receipt. But if you don't do that, they just think you. Hey, what's going on, Miss Tina? Danny Rodriguez, what's going on, brother? Danny Rodriguez, I appreciate you. I appreciate you taking care of my man Matthew, man. He speaks very highly of you, brother. We appreciate you. So here's the deal, all right. Let me use my man Danny Rodriguez as an example. It's like eating my chicken sauce. Thank you. Mangoes, okay? Mangoes come in what? You can't have no mangoes unless it's mango what? Unless it's mango what? Unless it's mango season. If you want mangoes, you got to wait till mango what? Season. Mango season. So when the mangoes come out during mango season, you get mangoes, you eat your mango, and there's mango what inside the mangoes?
Seed.
There's a mango seed. Then that seed then gets planted, and then it goes through the whole process. And right. And every seed don't produce a tree right away. It's a process. But in each level of the process, you get to experience some what? Some fruit. In each level of the process, there's some seed. If you want to get to the next what? Level. So here's what happens. My man Danny Rodriguez, he has two kids, 2 boys. They're super successful in judo. At each level, at each stage that they practice and they train, they experience fruit. They become national champions. They become U.S. Open champions. Fruit. When they reach that level, they got to plant some more what?
Leaves.
They got to plant some more seed. They plant some more seed. They in process. The whole process of growing and training and getting hurt and so on. Then they experience some more fruit. They make cadet world teams and I make junior world teams and they eat some more fruit. And then they got to plant some more what?
Seeds.
And they plant some more seed. They keep training, they keep going. Then they start winning senior national championships. And then they eat the fruit from being a senior national champion. And they got to plant some more what?
Seeds.
So here's what happens. People don't understand that whole process of reaping and sowing and reaping and sowing and reaping and sowing is cyclical. You always have to plant seeds as you experience the fruit. People get caught up in that fruit time and eating the fruit, and they forget to plant the seed. So how the enemy tricks you is when you start having seedless grapes, seedless watermelon, seedless oranges, you forget that while you're experiencing fruit, you still need to plant seeds.
Let's work out.
So the seed is not in front of you all the time. So you just forget that the seed is part of the process of experiencing fruit.
Because you don't feel it.
You don't feel it. So you don't see it. It's an indoctrination that they believe that the fruit comes without
Pain.
No, I'm telling you. This is how people win a national championship and then the next year they can't win no more.
They don't understand.
They don't understand that national championship produced the fruit, but it also came with what? Seed that needs to be replanted. When you plant that seed, you plant it into the what?
Ground.
Before anything comes up, it has to go what first? Down. And you have to cover it with what? Soil and what else?
Water.
And the soil got to be the right soil.
It got to be the right soil. It has to have the
Right
soil.
coach.
The seed has to be in the right location with the right environment, exposed to the right things, given the right what? Water and what else? Sunlight and what else? Where do nutrients come from? From the what? From the what? From the fertilizer. What does the fertilizer have in it, Rufus?
Poop.
It has boo-boo in it. It has manure in it. No, listen, it has manure in it. Which means every seeding process requires a breaking of something. It requires a groundbreaking experience. It requires you to bury some things and to put up with some shit. No, this is what I'm saying. And people don't understand that when they eat the fruit, they don't realize that there's a reseeding that has to come with being able to experience some more fruit. So the work never stops. But when you get in this mind that you can experience, you can have a seedless, Jesus, experience. No, I'm telling you, you're not going to survive. Your growth cannot, you cannot, in the true sense of the word, you can't procreate your excellent experiences or your fruitfulness without seeding.
Because the Bible says, man, meat shall be every fruit bearing seed.
Meat shall be every fruit bearing seed. If it don't have no seed, it's not bearing any fruit. And you run around, you don't understand how you become socially indoctrinated with this seedless mentality. Listen, if you walk around, understand this. If you walk around seedless, you are mentally barren. You are spiritually barren. You are cognitively barren. You are affectively barren. You're emotionally barren. But you walk around with this seedless thing. That's why everybody's always running around seeing what they can get, not seeing what they can give. Because they have a seedless mentality. It's seedless. Don't buy into that seedless thing.
How much I'm gonna get paid?
How much I'm gonna get paid? How much can you give? It's the most ridiculous thing. They're not giving out Division I scholarships and then they're gonna see if you can play.
They got film on you.
Yeah, you got to play first and then they give you a scholarship. They're not giving you a scholarship to see if you can play. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. Like my Aunt Ethel said, if you waiting for the feeding, before the seeding, that is not faith. Or if you're waiting for the feeding before the leading, that is not faith. Well, for where you are fed, there you will be led. Some of y'all are waiting for the feeding. Don't be waiting for the feeding. Get involved in the seeding. Don't live a seedless life. Remove that seedless mentality. I didn't even plan on giving this out. But Rufus was talking to me when I was dropping the sour in my chicken sauce, and I said I got to tell these people this because it's a trick of the enemy. Mm-hmm. It's a trick of the enemy to walk around thinking that you can experience fruit with no seed. It permeates the fabric of our culture. It's why people have a hard time getting out the first and second round when they win. They don't understand once they won, they got to go back in the back and seed into the next round. And then go back in the back and seed into the next round. And go back in the back and seed. And when they won the finals, they got to go. After they won the final, get on the medal stand, get your medal, go home, let them cheer for you and all that stuff, and go back to practice on Monday and seed. But they think that the medal is seedless. And then the winning becomes barren.